Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped. Something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny. I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things, of a world where they can exist.
This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening.
It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Right. So last time we talked, we had met in exile. I don't know if you want to do any follow-up on that or just share if you had any more insight around that.
Well, I had an appointment with my official therapist yesterday, and we did a lot of work with an angry firefighter. So I kind of would like to pick up on that.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, the way we got to that was kind of just exploring my reactions to criticism and how I have this part that really that uses anger to protect me.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of realized myself it was a firefighter just because I have a lot of parts that kind of feel like this part just kind of messes things up when it comes out.
Right, right.
They try to keep it locked down. Kind of comes out as a last resort.
Yep.
And yeah. I left off feeling a lot of gratitude towards that part.
Mm-hmm.
In that session.
How did it respond to that?
It liked it. It still feels like it has points to make. That's how that part feels. The part always feels like it has a point to make to somebody because everybody else doesn't understand. And it just has this attitude of kind of just screw them. It has points it wants to make to me too.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Does that feel like separate things? Like it has points to make to the world and then other points that it wants to make with you? Or is that kind of all in the same? Are they all kind of the same points?
It was like the same points.
Mm-hmm. So it's looking for some more acknowledgement or acceptance around that.
Yeah.
And how do you feel towards that part?
Expansive is the word that comes to mind.
Okay. Is that like seeing possibilities? It's kind of what I think when I hear expansive.
Well, that's a good way to put it.
And is this the part you'd like to start working with now, or I don't want
Yeah, I
to
would.
push you in that direction? Okay. And how do you feel about the idea of it sharing with you more of these points so that you would understand it better?
I would like to hear them. I would like to feel them.
All right. All right. Just check in with any other parts, any of those other manager parts that are maybe used to pushing this protector away, and just make sure that you have space from them to work with this part one-on-one. And when you feel like you do, just go ahead and let this part know that you're still curious about it and that you're open to hearing more about whatever it wants to share with you.
Yeah, I have a very image conscious part that's there.
Image conscious?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me that thinks like I don't want to talk about this kind of stuff because there's a lot of energy that gets put towards being avoidant, towards being labeled certain things.
Right. That makes sense to me. And I just want to let that part know that, of course, you don't have to actually say any of it out loud to me. I mean, if you feel okay listening to what this protector has to share with you, then that's all you need to do the work. If you don't feel like, if you're not feeling open to that, then we would work on that. But if you're feeling open to listening to it, then just remind that image conscious part that you really don't have to share any of it out loud. I don't need to know the story. And of course, we
And
also
the
don't have to
conscious
publish
part feels
anything.
like people can already tell I'm a man. And so I've already fucked up in that way.
Uh-huh.
Because the story can't be hidden. And so now I'm just an angry man.
Got it. So just having this angry part and being a man is already makes you guilty. That's what this part's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. And how do you respond to that part when you hear that?
Whether I'm an angry man or not is up to me. And if I am, it's perfectly okay.
I might add that you have an angry part and it doesn't define who you are. You know, it might be part of how we would describe you or define you, but everybody's got parts that are angry, and it doesn't mean we can point the finger and say, well, there's an angry person. You know, I know people do that, but I'm just saying we have kind of all the parts. They show up all different times. I don't know if that's helpful at all.
Or it feels like it's true that this angry part doesn't define me. And the reason that it's true is because of the work that it does.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So it does such a good job of managing that image and pushing away this protector that it's successful in keeping people from defining you that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks it
Maybe
is.
so. Yeah. Might have a role in that for sure.
I think that part of me does play a role in doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really important job.
Yeah.
But well, like I said, I don't want to say that. That part of me isn't wrong in that it does a lot of work to do this job. And I'll just leave it at that. I appreciate it.
Okay. And is it willing to step back and let you do the work with this firefighter, or does it still have concerns that need addressing.
It's hard for me to say if it's willing to step back. What I do know is that a perfectionist part of me just kind of took over my seat of consciousness.
Okay.
Because I just feel this inward shift from a self-conscious feeling of my image to I'm not doing this right, or I'm not doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that perfectionist part of me, or maybe the perfectionist part works with my self-conscious, my image conscious part, because I never want to seem like I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah. And we don't want to be wasting our time, right? We want to be doing things right.
Yeah. I don't feel like being judged by people who don't know a thing about me.
Right. Yeah.
To see that these parts really care about me.
I wonder if we could maybe learn more about what's kind of behind their concern. And we might learn, it's possible that they have some of the same concerns that the firefighter part has. So if you want to kind of stay with them for a moment, this perfectionist part or the image conscious part, and just learn more about, what would happen if they didn't work so hard?
Nobody would like me.
Right. And that's really painful.
It's important for me to be good at things. I want to feel useful. I don't want to be a burden. There's nothing that interesting about me, so I need to be good at things.
Yeah. That all makes sense to me. And it's
Screw every single person that thinks they're better than me.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have all these parts working hard to manage that pain of nobody likes me or nobody loves me. I mean, that's at the core of so much of this exile energy that's in everybody, really. That concern that if we're not a certain way, then we won't be accepted.
Yeah. I accept myself, though. I probably don't do a good job of showing my parts that all the time, but I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't able to do it very well when I was young.
Absolutely. The self gets pushed out and the protector's got to come in. We don't have the tools, the resources, the whatever, the environment. And that's the hope that we can sell them now, is that if they'll let you go back in and they'll let you connect with that part that feels like it has to worry about, whether it will be accepted. If you can be that for that part, then these protectors may be able to relax. You might check in with that firefighter and just to test the hypothesis. Does it have the same fear? Does it have the same fear ultimately that if it doesn't do its job, the same consequences?
That part just doesn't want to feel weak.
Mm-hmm. Is it the firefighter that doesn't want to feel weak, or is it kind of this other part, this maybe more of like exile part that has the weakness that the
You don't have any
firefighters?
business looking over there.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry, can you say that again?
That part just said that you don't have any business looking over there.
Was it talking to me?
Yeah, that just kind of came out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, and I don't want to push, I'm just putting out questions, trying to help guide you.
It's okay.
But I appreciate all the feedback, all the communication it has for me. I'm open to hear any of it.
I'm not angry. I just have to be really forceful.
Mm-hmm.
All these other parts, just willing to get rolled over. Somebody has to stand up sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
guess sometimes I do tell myself I'm not very assertive. But obviously that's not true. It's there. It just kind of comes out.
Sure.
In an uncontrolled way.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder if that part would like to be able to be perceived as assertive more than aggressive. And it would. It really would. But not until there's enough defense. Defense from what?
You asked your defense from what?
Yeah. Hmm. I'm an adult now.
How does it feel about showing you that stuff that it didn't want to show me, for example?
There's memories that it goes through. Memories that were a lot with my therapist yesterday. A lot of memories of
And how do you feel like witnessing those memories with it? You all right with that?
yeah.
Does it feel like you understand it?
Yeah.
and we don't have to go there now, but how does it feel about that idea of you going to those exiles to work with them? In order to heal them, in order to maybe take some of the burden off this part that's working so hard.
Yeah. Doesn't really know if I can do anything about it, but no, stop now.
And how old is it seeing you as?
I was 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
First time I can remember being told that I needed to toughen up, I was 5 years old.
You were told you needed to toughen up. I would go ahead and update it on your age. Update it on all the work you've done in
It knows how
IFS.
old I am now.
It knows what?
It knows how old I am now. I've told it.
Hi.
I just know that I was 5 in the past.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Does it have specific concerns about like why you might not be able to do that work, or you know what might go wrong if you were to do that?
I don't think it's the angry part that has concerns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, so it's concerns about you. It's concerned about like it doesn't have that full trust in you being able to heal exiles or this particular one. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it want to tell you more about those concerns, or does that feel like it would be useful question for it? Or yeah.
The angry part's okay. There's a part of me that feels like I'm just not good at anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that doesn't want me to go. There's a part of me that feels like I'm just not good. I'm just not enough. There's a part of me that's really scared.
Yeah.
Part of me that feels like I've been criticized my entire life, and
Yeah.
when I touch that part, the angry part really wants to help. And so does my perfectionist part. And so does my part that makes certain that I'm really liked. Part of me that likes this for people to know how smart I am. There's a part of me, there's a lot of parts of me that really want to help. And there's a part of me that just wishes that I didn't do anything. Why do I always get blamed? I didn't even do anything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you got a whole team of protectors. They're doing what they do. They're trying to help with that. With all those feelings, not being enough, being scared. It's painful.
I am good in there.
You're good at getting to know those protectors for damn sure. Right? You can show that to them by doing it directly with them. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if the goal is get to know a part so you can understand it better, and they're concerned about your ability to do that, you could just do that with them.
Yeah. I feel like I just used a lot of energy.
Yeah, you got a lot of parts in there pushing and pulling, it sounds like. Powerful parts. I mean, I'm not saying that in any denigrating way. I got respect for them. Does it feel like a good use of your energy? Does it feel like progress that did you get to know parts better since in this conversation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I think
Yeah, I did.
I think that some of my parts have even more trust in me than I realize. I don't know. I guess there's a part of me that wants to have the clearest sign of yes, I can do this. I can go to this place.
Right.
And I'm aware enough to know that I feel like I just used a lot of energy because, I mean, I don't know. I know it's the firefighters and the exiles that flood us with emotion. And it's kind of hard to describe how scared I just felt.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't make me freak out. It just, I guess my parts protect me for a reason. Yeah, there's definitely a part deep down inside there that feels just a very strong sense of inadequacy.
Right.
Mm.
And having that fear come up again, like that's not a failure. That's you're exposing yourself in degrees to what these parts are hiding or holding. And I mean that's the process of dealing with the fears. So I know like in the moment it's probably like, oh shit, feels scary, but it's kind of, if you're able to do that and in that kind of way and come out with more information, I think that's part of the medicine.
I would tell somebody else that you can't do it wrong.
You can't do it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way.
Sometimes it's hard to accept that for yourself, though.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. But
yeah, it's not a failure. Everything is progress. Even if you sit down and you feel like nothing happened, that nothing needed to happen for you to make progress. Same way. It's just like when I go to jiu-jitsu practice. Doesn't matter if I got submitted every single time I went. Every single one of those submissions was a stepping stone on my way to a black belt one day.
Right. Yep.
I think that's a nice note to end on.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting me in.
I did not expect to get a little jiu-jitsu proverb at the end.
I don't do martial arts, but I think about that kind of analogy all the time with this. All the time.
Yeah.
We have parts that are like at war sometimes, and we spend a lot of energy in like keeping them isolated or pushing them apart or hiding them, when really if we would just let them spar a little bit, if we would just go in and spar with them a little bit, and learn about their techniques, then that's for the better. It's a practice.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sparring with my parts a little bit, James.
Yeah, man. Hope we do it again sometime.
Yeah, I think I'm scheduled for next Saturday, so I'll see you soon.
All right. Talk then.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Take care. Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows, that might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, We must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube, and they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.